Another useful tool in Affinity Designer is a constraint. For example, I create a container or a little box here. Then I create some boxes inside our container like this. And for example, this is our logo, this is our text. I create something like this. It's very important. You have to make them child of the container. Then group them. And as you can see, for example, this is our website, our mobile phone. And if you change the size of the main container, all of the objects will be change its scale and change the size of them corresponding to our child of container, because we are grouped them. But if you want to maintain or constrain the scale and the distance between the objects to the container, you have to use constraints. Go into the window and constraints. So it's very important. To define the constraint, you have to define a container for your object that it calculates its constraint from that. For example, with double click, we are going on this, and here you can see determine how object responds to the change made it to its container. So let's try it. This is our object, and here, if you click on these dots or lines, it means it's fixed the distance between this border and its container in this way. And these arrows that are turned on and active means it can change its scale, but you can turn them off, both of them. And it means it's locked, and if you change the container scale, it maintains its scale, but other change. Interesting. But if you turn this on, it means you allow this object to scale in this direction. Let's see. Yeah. But in this direction, it does not. Nice. So it's in constraint. You learn it. So I tell, okay, turn it off. It means if they are gray, they are locked and you cannot change the scale. And I want to constrain this distance, means the surface of the object to the right edge of your container. And as you can see, the distance between here and here is been maintained. Nice. Or you can say, okay, in this direction with other object. Nice. But because you have to use them wisely, because it want to as you can see, it's make the dot. It means, okay, I cannot constrain the scale with this direction. You have to choose your way very wisely, because it's not it cannot calculate it very well. It want to constrain this distance with this distance, and it want to constrain its scale, and it's a crazy way. So you have to use them carefully. And this, for example, maintain this and do not allow to scale, and that's it. So it's very useful and handy if you want. And from here, you can use a minimum fit and a maximum fit to scale up the object. But don't use them because sometimes it doesn't work very well. Think about what you want to do and use them constraint. So you just learn, click in here, it's constrain the distance between the edge of the object with the container in the right top and bottom of that. And if you turn them off, it means it's constraints maintain the scale. Another important thing for testing that, you have to make it all of the object child of container. For example, this is a mobile phone and its mobile change, its scale. the design that you are inside of that will maintain its scale and, for example, a distance from this direction. Double click, distance from this direction. Nice.